A 15th century book exists that linguists, cryptographers, and AI have all failed to decode, and it might not even be a language at all. In 1912, a rare book collector named Wilfrid Voynich walked into an Italian monastery and discovered something that would haunt academia for over a century. It was a handwritten manuscript, roughly 240 pages, filled with intricate botanical illustrations, astronomical diagrams, and text written in a script that, to this day, remains completely undeciphered. But here's what makes this different from other unsolved historical artifacts. This isn't a single lost word or a partially faded inscription. This is an entire book, thousands of words, written in an alphabet that doesn't match any known language, living or dead, and the illustrations inside, they depict plants that don't exist, astronomical arrangements that defy known cosmology. What would you do if you found a book written in a language nobody speaks? Would you try to sell it, hide it, or would you spend decades, maybe your entire life, trying to crack it? Wilfrid Voynich did the latter. He spent years researching the manuscript's origins, eventually selling it to a wealthy collector. But the mystery didn't die with him, it multiplied. By the mid-20th century, the US National Security Agency, the NSA, became interested. They sent their best cryptographers to examine it. Even they couldn't crack it, and these were the same people breaking enemy codes during wartime. The NSA concluded something remarkable. Either the Voynich Manuscript was an elaborate hoax created centuries ago, or it was written in a cipher so complex it had no solution. Now let's pause here, because this is where the evidence splits into two very different paths. Path 1, the hoax theory. Path 2, the genuine cipher theory. Both have serious advocates, both have serious problems. Some researchers argue the whole thing is an elaborate Renaissance-era prank. A wealthy nobleman, they suggest, hired a scribe to create a fake book, a curiosity, a conversation piece. Why? Because in the 1400s and 1500s, fake manuscripts were actually valuable. Collectors paid fortunes for them. But here's the problem with that theory. The illustrations inside are *2* detailed, too consistent. The botanical drawings alone contain hundreds of individual plants, each with careful attention to leaf structure, root systems, and proportion. That's not the work of someone throwing together a quick fake. Then there's the ink. Modern analysis shows it dates to around the 1400. The vellum, the parchment itself, also tests authentic, so we're not looking at a modern forgery. This is genuinely old. Which brings us to theory number 2. What if it's real? What if someone in the Renaissance actually invented an entire writing system, a language that was so sophisticated, so mathematically constructed, that modern cryptography still can't break it? In 2017, a team of researchers from the University of Alberta ran the manuscript through artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms. Computers that can recognize patterns invisible to human eyes. Machines trained on thousands of languages, dead and living. What did they find? Nothing conclusive. The AI couldn't identify it as any known language structure. But and this is crucial, the text showed statistical patterns, not random marks, not gibberish. Patterns that suggested intentional encoding. Someone built this deliberately. Some scholars have proposed it's a natural language we've simply never encountered. A regional dialect from medieval Eastern Europe, perhaps, or a constructed language, a predecessor to Esperanto, created by someone obsessed with linguistic perfection. Others think it's herbal knowledge, a pharmacological grimoire, a guide to medicinal plants, encrypted to protect trade secrets or to avoid the attention of the church, which in those centuries was deeply suspicious of alchemical knowledge. But what's the verifiable fact here? What separates the evidence from the speculation? The manuscript exists, it's genuinely old, it contains information we cannot read. Everything else, the theories, the guesses, the wild speculation, that's built on top of that solid foundation. In 2020, a team claimed they'd finally cracked it. They said the manuscript was written in Hebrew using a substitution cipher. They even published their translation. Within weeks, other scholars tore it apart. The translation was inconsistent. The methodology was flawed. We were back to square one. And maybe that's the most honest answer we have. The Voynich manuscript might simply be undecipherable, not because it's supernatural or impossibly complex, but because we're missing a crucial piece of information. A key, a context, something that made perfect sense to whoever created it, but is forever lost to us. The manuscript sits in Yale University's library now, still unread, still waiting. And somewhere in a future we can't predict, maybe someone will find that missing piece, or maybe they won't. And that uncertainty, that's what keeps us coming back. Subscribe. Every week we dig deeper into mysteries that science still can't solve. separating what we know from what we're still guessing about.